Hello, guys. It's Brandy with Brandini Tarot and Spirit Messages. I'm coming to you today with a live reading. Divine Energy Souls. What are the Divine Souls up to today? Sorry, I haven't been around for some videos lately, guys. Been kind of busy lately. But as promised, I'm back. All these notifications. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you can hear me. Trying something a little different with this laptop here. I know that the quality of my videos on my phone they've not been very good. I apologize. I'm working on it. So, probably not going to use all of these decks, but I am going to clear them. I hope that all of you have been doing well. I have missed you guys, actually. I figured I'd get these videos done here while it's quiet and peaceful. And I've actually been feeling really great since I've been home. Yesterday I got some rest. Felt like I needed to finally get focused on what these readings about. Feeling really good. So, I'm about to see what is going on in the energy for Divine Masculines and Divine Feminines. Today I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not going to do any particular readings. It's just, or spreads. I'm just going to wing it today. I'm feeling in that energy where I'm really just very content. Very go with the flow kind of, in that go with the flow kind of vibe. I can hear an owl outside just hooting away. Springtime, the birds are outside chirping. Sounds of nature. Sounds good to me. I thought about putting on some music for you guys in the background, but nature sounded way better. The wise owl. I really didn't know what I was going to name the title of this video today, so I asked Spirit. I said, Spirit, what should I name this video today? And the response was, All You Need Is Love. And I heard that song by the Beatles playing. So I guess we're going to tap into the divine souls and see if it's going to correlate. So I feel kind of, I want to know for the vice versa. On one side, we have the sun. The sun is shining pretty brightly today, y'all. Let's see what the energy is for divine masculine. Divine masculine's energy. I don't really necessarily feel like this may be a bad thing, just possibly trials and tribulations. I see the Ace of Swords. And for some reason, I'm just noticing this today. That's very odd that I've had this deck for months. And I'm just now noticing this area right here where the devil has his hand up and he's got all of the symbols for each of the aces in the deck. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. And in this hand, the Fool is sitting on top of the hourglass and he's distraught and he's upset because he knows that time's running out. He must move quickly. And not in the energy of, that low vibe energy that the devil is used to embodying. But I feel more in the sense of that the divine masculine, this is a push in the direction of spirit. I really feel that this energy is pushing him in the direction of spirit rather than detaining him with the illusions that the devil is most common for portraying. Okay. So I really, really feel that's good. It's very good. Now that energy works in two different ways. I don't care if you're, looking at it from one perspective of another. Energy is energy, guys. And whether it is good or bad or chaotic or full of order, you have a dual nature and energy. And even the low vibrational devil-like energy, it's usually most associated with Capricorn. It's always going to serve a divine purpose. And I hope those that you're watching, some of those that do watch understand this. Okay, so right now, for the divine masculines, in the energy, overall energy of the divine masculines, that energy is working from the light. It's making him contemplate time and time management. And it's also bringing forth the embodiments of the aces of the tarot deck. Like contemplating his ace of cups, his holy grail, his cup of love, with the ace of swords, his truth, his intellect. I mean, he's in with the ace of pentacles, he's contemplating his foundation. So the divine masculine energy is in contemplative mode right now. and I believe very intellectually. So, see what the divine feminines are up to in their energy. We did see the sun. Divine feminines, it looks and feels as if the divine feminine, they have very, very good energy at the moment. They're focused on, you know, being in the light, illuminating the things, their visions, their aspects of the future. The feminines are looking really positive right now. They are in their creative mode. They're in that illumination mode. They're in that ascending mode. They're embodying peace, I'm feeling. So we're going to start off, see what the divine feminines are up to. Hey, Rapali, how are you doing? We have the Knight of Wands, the Sun, moving very swiftly toward ideas, toward creation, toward they're embodying feminine and masculine energy, well balanced. The Knight of Cups, the King of Cups from this side. He has his back turned right now. We have the Three of Cups. So, very interesting. The feminine has in her headspace it's like she's making the decision to move forward, closing out cycles. She's still embodying that energy very positively. She's very positively closing out the cycles of old. And she's preparing herself for the cycles of new. She's in her high priestess energy. There is still no communication between her and the divine masculine, from what I'm seeing. But she's very focused. And I have the Chariot here from this side. It's going on in 3D. Wow. You have the Lovers. Wow, we have so far in the 3D, the divine feminine is pretty much, there are all major arcana cards. That there are so many major arcana cards throughout this reading so far. There are 8 major arcana cards with the Sun, the World, the Priestess, and down here we have Temperance, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Lovers, and the Hangman. The enlightened side of the Hangman. He's no longer looking down. She's no longer in that energy of feeling like trapped. she's no longer in that energy of feeling trapped with the Nine of Swords. This is the overall energy with the feminine here. She's no longer feeling trapped. Excuse me. I forgot to silence the phone. Sorry, guys. I needed a drink anyways. Throat chakra. I really feel like the overall energy in the feminine, in her headspace right now, she's very optimistic, even though the divine masculine is not having any communication with her right now. Her focus right now is on her own happiness, her own ability and independence to move with her passions and her creations and all of the things that are being enlightened for her and all the doors that are being opened for her right now in the material plane. um, she is taking the initiative, even though there is no contact with the divine masculine. She's taking the initiative to move forward, to build her own happiness, and to go within herself to move forward in a positive manner. And she is making the decision to do this with patience. Like, she's more in a patient energy with the divine masculine right now because she's more focused on herself, and she's overcoming her own she's going within, she's using her intellect, she is closing out past cycles, she is moving toward the future with victory. She's feeling very good about herself right now in this energy. She's finding herself more patient. She is finding that the wheel of fortune is starting to turn for her in the positive aspects of not only a financial sense, but in the sense of she's feeling very positive that these cycles, she's closed out what is no longer serving her, and she is moving forward in a more positive light, so that some of these manifestations that she has been embodying for quite some time, they're starting to take fruition. It's like she now sees and feels herself in this Empress energy, and she's feeling very powerful. And she knows that eventually love is going to find her again. And she's not really spending time worrying anymore as to whether, love is going to come in, or, she's not focused on that. She's more enlightened in the situation, and she's now beginning to feel a sense of peace, it feels like. If she hasn't, she's definitely working on that through in some of the shadow aspects of things, possibly. Um, and that is really good to see. Like, I'm glad to see that this progress within the divine feminine energy is really starting to lighten. Like, I don't know. I'm getting the sense that the divine feminines are starting to feel like their load is beginning to feel a little bit lighter nowadays. Um, with some of this other energy that's moved in, created tower moments, spark changes within the divine feminine. Um, it feels like the divine feminine is no longer stuck, now moving forward in her Empress energy and being patient with the masculine. I was getting the feeling like some of the divine masculines were getting a little overwhelmed with some of our energy, feeling a little bombarded, and it looks as if the divine feminine has backed off quite a bit. Now more focusing on herself, which is so very positive, so very very good to see. So for those of you that this resonates with, I want to tell you that I'm proud of you. You're doing an amazing job at leveling out this energy here, with the divine masculine still not coming forward, and taking the initiative to, you know, make your choices with better judgment and with more patience. Balance. You guys are finding balance. That is so amazing. Hmm. So I was just waiting to see if Spirit had anything else to add. I'm going to go ahead and tap into the divine masculine's energy, and then we're going to do an overall, like, what's between them right now. We'll go ahead and set these aside. So what's going on with the divine masculine? That devil energy. What's the overall energy? Page of Swords. Judgment. Eight of Wands in reverse. Judgment in reverse. It looks as if he's still not coming forward with a message, because right now he is going through a phase where he is, there's the Seven of Swords in reverse. He is right now in the middle of right now, actually, it looks as if he is in the middle of a tower moment or a revelation of some kind. He's not coming forward with a message just yet, because right now he's going through what I'm looking at to be a rite of passage, in a sense, because I don't feel like Judgment is here in the aspect of in a sense, he is clearing out karmic cycles, but at the same time, right now, he's going through a phase of self judgment. And this is not through Spirit. It's like Spirit is kind of putting him through a test or a trial where he's going through this in his mind. He's judging himself, and he's evaluating things that he's done in deception, and he's trying with the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands in between here. I feel he is evaluating the past, the battles, the fights. Like, he's reevaluating fights that he had with the divine feminine out of his own deceptive nature, and not taking accountability for what he was doing. He's reflecting on all of those things right now. And with the Ace of Wands here, it's like, I feel like the Ace of Wands being in reverse, it's kind of like that spark of passion, or that spark of revelation, that spark of creativity, or that spark of truth. It's like all here. ready to take a turn. It's like once he goes through this evaluation of self and he's done judging himself for what he's done in the past and he moves forward with spirit and he's no longer battling this energy in his mind of where he was deceptive, acknowledging the truth and taking responsibility and being accountable for what he's done. He's going through that in the frame of his mind right now. And what I'm getting is that once he's done with this little enlightenment situation, like this little card right here, the Ace of Wands, is going to go from this position of being in reverse to being here. And it's like once he does this, we're going to find out what's going to happen because I'm going to show you. This is what's going on right now in his headspace. But this right here is going to be the turning point for him right now in this moment, contemplating all of these things. So, what is going to happen following? He's going to get some illumination. The sun. It's like the sun is going to shine its light on all of this darkness that he's been feeling lately. These tower moments, these revelations where he thought that something that he was investing in was a passion. He thought that it was his Ace of Wands. He thought that it was his, he thought that this situation that he's evaluating, the situation that he is going through to make him contemplate himself with this karmic situation. This is a karmic situation that is forcing him to have these revelations and to have these self judgments. He was aware, or thought he was aware, that the person that he is with was his truest desire. And I feel like now he is evaluating right now in this current situation that this person he was with is not what he thought. He's having a revelation of the deceptive nature of what he believed this situation to be. Okay. And so this is hitting him very hard in the feels right now. It's hitting him very, very hard in his intellect because he's contemplating all these things and he's not coming forward with the message because he's still trying to figure it out right now. And the sun, being the major arcana force in his heart space right now, he's being seriously enlightened about everything. All the choices that he made, the fights that he had with divine feminine at some point. At some point, actually right now, the devil energy, Rupali, was at the bottom of the deck earlier, but not in the sense that he's doing shitty things. He's not doing shitty things. Right now, the way that the devil energy is working with the divine masculine right now, it is more or less actually enlightening him and kind of putting him through the emotional sense of the things that he's done wrong, so that he's moving actually closer to spirit. And so it's kind of, the devil energy right now is kind of like that fuel in his ass at the moment to evaluate the past and the situation that he's been in right now with the karmic, and not only that, the karmic things that he's done in his own karmic behavior. Right now, the devil energy is actually working with spirit to illuminate all of these things for the divine masculine. So that is how the devil energy is actually working right now. And I don't know if anybody else might be tapping in on that energy. But I do know that with any kind of energy, it's going to work in a chaotic sense and it's going to work in a sense of order. It doesn't matter if it's an angelic spirit, or it doesn't matter if it's, it doesn't honestly, it doesn't matter what kind of energy it is, dark or light, it's still going to, in a sense, work in a universal fashion. Okay. And that's how energy truly does work. So you can perceive the devil as devil doing bad things, causing people to commit acts of the seven deadly sins, et cetera, however you want to put that. But the way that I know through my own energy work, and the way that I understand things, is that with devil energy, it's always going to work in the favor of the highest good, whether you see it or not. Okay. You can't have dark without light. You can't have light without the darkness. Okay. We all know that. It's a part of an indestructible balance. So, hey Champagne, how you doing? So, but yeah, in a sense, yes, the masculines are right now, in the overall devil energy, but let me explain something to you. It's the way the devil energy is working. It still works with spirit to bring about balance. Okay. And that is what is happening right now with the divine masculine in his headspace. He is evaluating the shitty things that he has done in the past with the seven of swords in reverse. It's like, with these, he's evaluating that what he once thought was his ultimate passion, his ultimate desire, is now not anything what he thought it was. He is seeing the illusions that were put before him now being unveiled. The truth is coming out. It's like, here is the Page of Swords, the Judgment card. He is in a mode of self judgment. He's judging himself. Okay. He's judging himself for what he's done in the past, his past behavior, and how he wound up in the karmic situation and how it is no longer serving him. The sun is enlightening him right now. He's being illuminated. So we're not going to take all these. All is well today. We're just tapping into divine soul's energy. Right now, we're stuck on the masculines. Right now, they are having major tower moments. Yeah, right now in this energy, they're not quite yet feeling victorious, but they're still going through that awakening. They're going through an awakening process right now of all the things they're evaluating themselves in the past, where they were in that Seven of Swords energy doing deceptive shit. Okay, so and the karmic is definitely not what they thought. They thought that the karmic was their everything. They thought, and now they're coming to that realization that the karmic has actually been stifling their growth and keeping them from being in their victorious magician-like energy. They're definitely having this revelation of the heart and the mind. He's not feeling very powerful right now. He's not feeling very victorious. He's actually feeling pretty shitty, because now he's realizing that he treated the divine feminine like shit for this karmic woman to be playing around behind her back and doing deceptive shit behind the divine feminine's back. He's now realizing that he's in that karmic moment right now. Most definitely he is feeling the karma. Yeah. He's burdened himself with his desires. He's burdened himself with his desires. 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands. He wishes to get away. Here's the Two of Swords again. The Two of Swords. This is where the divine masculine and the divine feminine are actually mirroring each other with the sun energy. The divine masculine and the divine feminine right now are mirroring each other with their choices. Like, the divine masculine right now, he's facing the choices right now that he needs to make with the situation that he has gotten himself into. He's looking to further ground himself right now. And that is also probably why He's not coming forward at the moment. Definitely why he's not coming forward. Champagne, it is very possible that you can be you are, in essence, you're always going to be a divine feminine. Okay. But there are times where we all damn well know that spirit is going to use us. I don't care what vibration you're in. Okay. I don't care if you're in a high vibration or if you're in a lower vibration. You're still going to be used by spirit as a karmic being. You are still going to be a part of someone's good karma or bad karma, depending on the situation, the time and place, and the divine, well, I would just say the divine timing altogether, in divine timing. So, yes, I don't care what vibration you're in, you're always, yes, you're going to be divine feminine. You're a divine feminine always. But even if you come out of those karmic behaviors, at times, even if you're elevated, even if you are awakened, spirit is still going to use you at times to be a tool for karma, whether it's good or bad. So yes it is very, very possible. And for anybody to tell you different, it depends on what resonates with you. Okay. You always just have to trust your own instincts, no matter which readers you're watching. And you're very welcome. Um, right now, in the material sense, right now in the material plane, right now in the 3D, the divine masculine is being faced with choices of, and not only material stability and what he's going to do about material stability, because he has been attached to this situation. Um, he's not quite yet in that energy where he's passionate enough about where he's going and which choices he's going to make, as to move forward toward the divine feminine as of yet. He's got to kind of flip this energy around from being the reverse magician to being the magician. Right now, he's not feeling it in this moment. But with every tower moment, you know what happens. They go through their this another dark night of the soul kind of situation. He's not yet ready to move toward his Two of Cups, but he knows where he wants to be. He knows he wants to be with the divine feminine, but he's not yet ready to move forward. Okay. So in finality, with the Two of Cups, he's not yet ready to move forward. And right now, spirit is tempering the situation for both, not only the divine masculine, but the divine feminine as well. Okay, because the divine feminine, in her own energy, she still has to make some choices for herself, and she needs to make them with better judgment and temperance. So in here, the divine masculine's energy, where he's mirroring her in the Two of Swords energy, he has to make a decision with what he's just now been enlightened with. Okay. What spirit has just brought to the table to enlighten him about his own situation, and where he's going to make the next steps in his future. Or, you know what I'm saying? So he's not yet ready to come forward. He is having to make the decisions on the information that has just come to light about his own deception and the deception of the karmic situation. Okay. So it's going to be a little while, but spirit is saying that they are tempering the situation right now with this tower moment that the divine masculine is having. And it's very heavy right now, guys. So from a divine feminine perspective, if you could just send love and light to them right now, that's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt the situation between you and divine masculines, or divine feminines out there that are watching or cross watching. And for any of the cross watchers, if you're watching, um, right now would be a good time where, if you know that the divine masculine is struggling and you're a divine feminine, the collective of divine feminines And divine masculines just send it to the collective. You don't have to send it to one person in particular, but if you know that the divine masculines are struggling right now, just be a good Samaritan and send them love and light, because they all need it right now. And with my video the other night that I posted when I channeled Elvis in Springfield, Missouri, after doing a reading on a divine masculine who was stuck in an energy of being unhappy and being completely miserable and probably being in a karmic situation, he's been cutting himself off from the divine love that he deserves. And some of these masculines are in some really, really low vibrational energy. And those are the masculines right now that are struggling the hardest right now with these kind of situations, especially evaluating their deceptive shit, the deceptive shit that they've done. So right now, holy crap. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I had too many tabs open. But yeah, so right now, Spirit is tempering the situation with the divine masculine. Divine masculine knows where he wants to be. He knows that he fucked up so bad. He's really trying very, very hard to come out of this deceptive energy. He's not only deceived himself about the whole entire situation, but now that he's starting to become enlightened of how he's deceived himself with the karmic situation and how he's deceived himself with the divine feminine, he is no longer wanting to burden himself. So, with that spark of not feeling very victorious, this is going to strike some passion and desire in him to make the choice to move forward to get more stable, not only in his mindset, but in the entire 3D, in the entire 3D sense of, where he's thinking, where he's headed, and what decisions he's making. He's that Knight of Wands, but Spirit is kind of lighting that fire under his ass to move forward right now. Okay. And so that's why the Temperance card is here. All right. And to sum this up, now we're going to get into where the divine masculine and where the divine feminine are connecting. And this is crazy because the shit is at the bottom of the deck. Divine masculines want union with their divine feminine. And all of the process that is happening right now with the divine feminines is Spirit is lighting a fire under their ass. And in some aspects, it may be slow moving, but in some aspects, this divine masculine or these divine masculines right now that I'm channeling right here, once they get over a certain hurdle in their thought process during this enlightenment situation, once that triggers in their brain, that fiery energy is going to flip itself around, and this dude is going to come running at his divine feminine, like so very passionately. Like he's been dreaming about this woman the entirety of this whole ordeal. During the entirety of the separation, he's thought about this woman. He's thought about his divine feminine. He knows he fucked up. He knows he fucked up bad, and he wants to come home. All he needs is love. All she needs is love. And right now they're mirroring each other with their choices, just in different aspects of things. And for the divine masculine, it's definitely in the overall grand scheme of awakening from the illusions that have been keeping him in this state of entrapment, is what I would call it. He's entrapped himself and he's freeing himself now. So that is what the divine, this energetic collective of divine masculines that I'm channeling today, they are they're going through some shit right now. They're waking the fuck up. Yeah, because they're ready to go home to their divine feminine. They're missing her good loving. Spirit just had to throw that in there. Sorry, guys. These divine masculines that I'm channeling right now are very passionate, and I would say very, very sexually charged too. So for those of you watching, if this resonates, you get a message from your divine masculine after so long not speaking, and this dude is just, he can't withstand, he can't hold back the passion, guys. Yeah, just be ready for that. Just be ready for that when he does come in. He's gonna be very passionate. And oh my God, I'm glad I don't have that sexual healing tarot deck, man. You guys would be in trouble right now. You guys would be in some major trouble right now if I had that deck in my hands. Oh, with these divine masculines and their energy. It would blow your freaking mind. It'd have you blushing, I know that, for damn sure. I'm kind of modest, so I won't come right out and say, yeah, he wants to screw your brains out. I'm picking up on that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to tap into the unity energy between the divine masculines and the divine feminines. What is the energy between them together? And I'm using the Rider-Waite because the Rider-Waite will get down to the nitty-gritty and tell me everything I need to know. And you guys too. So what's going on right now with the collective energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine together? What is connecting them right now? Spirit. All right. They no longer, the divine masculines and the divine feminines no longer want to stay in situations that no longer serve them anymore. They no longer want to stay in situations that are causing them heartbreak. And they're both feeling this at the same time. They absolutely will not tolerate this anymore. They're tired of the illusions. They're tired of not seeing the sunshine. They're tired of not living in the truth. They're tired of not being their authentic selves. They're both moving forward, trying to step into the energy of being their authentic selves. They're no longer wanting to juggle situations that no longer serve them anymore. And this is collectively for divine masculines and divine feminines. They want to come out of the illusionary. They want to come out of the minds of illusions. They want to come out of the illusions that cause them heartbreak. And all they want is the truth. And they're tired of not getting it. So collectively, this is how they're both feeling. Self-evaluation, truth, moving away from deceptions, no longer juggling different situations, going within the self and trying to make the best choices for themselves when it comes to material world. They both want that 10 of Cups. No more heartbreak. And honestly, neither one of them want to battle each other anymore. They're ready to lay down the battle. In the mind, in the intellect, in the heart, in the mind, in the soul. Both the divine masculines and the divine feminine are done fighting with each other. And they now have this enlightenment between the two of them. they're now seeing things from the same perspective. They are now seeing things and feeling things from the same energy. They are now connected with the same ideals of they don't want to be in the same, they don't want to be in situations where shit no longer serves them. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of, they no longer want to lie to themselves. They no longer want to stay in that energy of being brokenhearted. And they're both done fighting. They're both ready to lay down the fight. Even with each other, in a sense, they're both ready to lay down the burdens. They're both ready to move forward with enlightenment and happiness. And they're doing this for themselves individually. And the crazy thing is that they're doing this individually, but they're also doing this together. This is their shared energy. They are now sharing thoughts. They are now mirroring each other in this sense. They both want the same things. They both no longer want to fight with each other. They are both, it looks as if they have both forgiven the past because of the shit that they have been through in their karmic relationships. Their karmic relationships have put them through the ringer, and they both see each other in a different light. The divine masculine and the divine feminine are now seeing each other in a very different light now. It looks like the divine feminine is no longer holding grudges toward the divine masculine. It looks like the divine masculine is no longer blaming the feminine for the things that he's done to fuck himself up. It looks as if they are both now standing in this energy of enlightenment where all of the illusions are now gone, and they are both seeing things exactly the way that spirit intended. And they are both moving away from the heartbreak, and they are both giving unto themselves the peace desired to move forward. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Yeah. They are both laying down their burdens in the 3D. In the 3D. They are both in a more authentic frame of being with the Knight of Swords here. Moving away from the deception, moving away from the heartbreak, moving away from the bullshit. They're both now standing in a more authentic energy that they share. This is again, this is shared energy between the divine masculines and the divine feminines. And neither are wanting to be burdened anymore. They both see where their choices, the Seven of Cups here, they both see where their choices have caused them great pain and suffering. They have both learned wholeheartedly the lessons that have come through these karmic situations that they both needed to experience for themselves in order to grow. They're both tired and a little battle worn, but they're still holding on to their strength. They're still holding on to their strength in this together energy. They're overcoming the obstacles that have been put before them. They're tired and weary, but their strength is not completely drained. It's what happens after you just won a battle, like the battle of a lifetime, the craziest karmic of a lifetime. I know that my last relationship after I split with my divine masculine, the man that came, well, there were a couple that tried. I was still very shut off, but the one person that I did choose to let inside my inner circle, I decided to date this guy. This guy put me through the ringer, okay? And even in the back of my mind, when this guy started his psycho shit, like this guy was stalking me, he was harassing me. I can't tell you, like it was really bad, guys. I had to wind up inevitably putting a restraining order on this man to get rid of him. It took me 9 months to completely get rid of this guy. I had tried to break up with him 4 or 5 different times. And I thought to myself, I was so happy and I was so relieved. Like, this guy put me through so much shit that it made anybody else that I ever dated look like a complete angel. Like, I was completely, after I walked away from this guy, I was in total forgiveness mode. Like, I totally forgave anybody who had ever broke my heart or caused me pain or suffering. I was like, you know what? I forgive every single one of you. Like, I was that happy. Like, I was that ecstatic just to be away from this. It was like there was my complete and utter tower moment. And I even had a thought toward my divine masculine that knowing whenever this woman that entered his life, she would be that karmic person to bring about the disasters of his life. Like, whenever I thought about that situation and I knew that this man that I love so much, like, he would be going through the same kind of hell that I was going through. And I got the strong, strong intuition that whenever my divine masculine went through his tower moments like this with his necessary human, um, he would experience some of the same emotions in the release of that, because it was just crazy. It was just crazy. So I know for a fact that my divine masculine has been through hell. And I may have been angry at him before I went through my karmic situation and freed myself of it. I was very angry at him until I had that experience on my own. And then I was very forgiving. And ever since then, it's been a very, very healthy um, healing process for me since. And so, like, for the divine masculines and divine feminines to be evaluating like all of their wrongs and all of their mistakes and what brought them to where they are now, I know they're battle worn, but at the same time, it takes an exuberant amount of strength to go through this kind of shit. So this is why I always encourage, it doesn't matter if you're mad at your divine masculine or not, still send the divine masculines love and light. And I hope the same for divine masculines that are watching, any cross watchers maybe, to send the divine feminines love and light, because man, these situations, they're pretty brutal. I mean, I know that enlightenment doesn't come easy, but sometimes enlightenment comes with a little bit of brutality. With the star and the ace of wands here, I really feel like hope hasn't completely run out yet, but it's really dwindling for the divine masculines and some of the divine feminines. They're really worn out from this battle. Maybe possibly even here lately, a lot of us have been spiritually attacked. I know I have been battling off entities in my sleep, and more than likely in the astral plane. Because when I don't remember my dreams, I am stuck in the astral plane a lot, and I usually wake up sometimes with some really negative energy. And I know what I've been fighting. My guides, some of my My wolf guide, his name is Aquila. Um, my spirit guide, he's been battling some of these energies on the astral plane for myself and my divine masculine. He's been trying to fight energies off of us, and he's come to me several times over the last week or two, battle worn. I've had to give him love and light and heal him. Um, a couple of my spirit guides have had it rough lately. I've had to heal them from astral wounds, fighting battles for me in the ethereal plane. Um, but yeah, I really feel like Spirit's final message, concluding the energy between the divine masculines and the divine feminines, is don't let this passion, don't let this is healing, this is passion, this is the spark of light, the spark of spirit. I feel like Spirit is telling divine masculines and the divine feminines not to give up hope because good things are coming. It's the end of a battle, but the beginning. Um, Champagne, I really don't pick up on the zodiac signs because I really feel like this could be for all signs. I mean, of course, there are energies like there is Capricorn energy, there's Cancer energy, there's Gemini energy, there's Leo energy here, twice actually. Um, there's also a Libra energy here. Okay, so there could also be a Sagittarius energy in here as well. Okay, but like I said, for me, I don't like whenever I read, I don't really dive too much into the signs because this is going to resonate for whoever it's going to resonate for. I mean, I really feel like this could resonate for anyone as far as, the collective. So I try not to get people confused with astrological signs versus the actual meanings of the cards when I'm reading intuitively. So Spirit is trying to say, the Spirit's message, I feel like in finality to divine masculines and divine feminines, don't give up hope, because this battle was a well fought battle, and Spirit's proud of divine masculine and divine feminine energies for um, finally finding a way to come into an energetic union with one another. And that is what I'm seeing here. So, any final words, Spirit, for divine masculines and divine feminines, collective energy together? The moon cycles will reveal more soon. With the full moon coming up in Libra, the second super full moon Libra moon, coming up in the next week or two, well, in the next 2 weeks, you've got the new moon, like you've got the full moon coming. We just had a new moon, new beginnings, setting intentions. Well, in the course of all of this energy, the full moon is going to bring about more illumination. It's going to bring about more change. And things that have not yet been revealed will be by the time the full moon comes around. I'm feeling. The Ace of Pentacles, more foundations of stability, more windows of opportunity, and hold on, let me. I really feel like with the Page of Pentacles here being in reverse, it's telling us to finally remove those last remnants of selfish, egotistical energies before union. Because if you're still working on those things within yourself, you're not going to be able to come into union with your partner with any kind of low vibrational energy. So right now, Spirit's final message is to say that keep working on grounding yourself in the physical, in the 3D realm, because certain things still might need to be purged out. Divine feminines maybe being angry at the divine masculine, you still need to purge those things. Like, if you don't know why you're mad at the divine masculine, you need to find out why. Go within yourself and find out why the divine masculines are triggering you, because I went through the same thing just a week or two ago. As a matter of fact, I finally got my clarity this last weekend. Like I said, I explained all of that in Saturday night's video that I posted on YouTube. It's probably only about 5 to 10 minutes long. It's just me and my ugly mug sitting there talking about, Heartbreak Hotel and me channeling Elvis, but that wasn't the whole of it. It was a lesson that I learned from actually doing a reading on another divine masculine who might have been in a little bit of a higher vibrational energy than most of the divine masculines out there right now that are trying to live a polyamorous life or being selfish or, putting themselves through self-sabotage kind of behavior. If you're still feeling this within yourselves, whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine, Spirit is telling you to go within and finish purging these things, because until you do, union can't work. Union can't work with that kind of energy when you're still pissed off at each other or you're still blaming one another for what went wrong or this or that. So I'm being told to warn you guys against that kind of thinking. Give me just one moment and I'll pull a card for you, Rupali. Champagne, if you're still here, I'll pull a card for you here in just a moment too. I'm almost done. I feel like Spirit has finally... Sorry, I'm trying to click out of all these notifications. I can't see your comments. I'm going to have to turn off those notifications for my emails. Really gets on my nerves. Oh my God. Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh, finally. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I really believe that that's Spirit's final message to divine masculines and divine feminines. We need to finish wrapping up that whole purging situation. Like, we're finding ourselves still angry and triggered to go in and keep doing the work within ourselves. We need to stop mourning the losses and start looking at what's in front of us in order to help us move forward. Moving forward to our dreams, moving forward to our plans, moving forward with our ambitions, moving forward with creative ideas, moving forward and loving ourselves. Okay, that's very important. Self-love. Okay, and I really feel like that concludes Together Energy, the messages from Spirit for that energy read conclusion here. I am going to pull an oracle card for the collective. Before I pull personal cards. I don't know why I'm feeling guided to do that, but I'm gonna. Bottom of the deck, observe in silence. This card means to observe what is around you in nature, people, places, and things without judgment. Observe what is going on in nature so that you can discern where you need to move forward. Love that you are different. Let two become one. And I really, really feel like this is a message from Spirit directly saying that let the energy flow within you, and therefore you can gain your insight. Hey, Eleni. It also means that you still have work to do connecting yourself to your soul. Okay, yourself and your soul must come together in unison, in unity, before you can enter that unity with your divine masculine or your divine feminine. Okay? This is a card saying that keep working on that relationship with yourself, keep loving yourself, keep wanting to get to know yourself. And when it's your shadow self that comes in and tries to strike fear into you to keep you from moving forward, knowing that you need to, you need to understand that there comes a point in time where you see this divine masculine and this divine feminine holding one another. But this is a message from Spirit saying that you also need to do this within yourself. Okay? There is a part of you that is masculine. All right? And there is a part of you, divine masculines, that are feminine. And Spirit is asking you to go within yourself and connect these two pieces of yourself together. Okay? Because when you are loving the masculine side of yourself and you are loving the feminine side of yourself, you are integrating the two together into unity. And this is also part of your shadow self. Your shadow self reveals itself in your dreams if you don't already know that. When you have a dream about your divine counterpart, you're dreaming about the masculine side of who you are. Your masculine is also a mirror side of who you are. It's a mirror of you. If you understand anything about dreams, you know that you have an anima and an animus. Okay? And if you don't know those archetypes, please go and Google them. You can learn what your anima or animus are, your shadow self, and how to connect yourself to your shadow self in your dreams. Okay, this very, very much correlates to waking life, guys. Let the two become one. Follow the moon. This is also like just reiterating what I said a while ago about the moon cycles. The full moon in Libra is coming up very, very soon. Go with the flow of the energy. Reveal your truth means stand in your own authenticity. Okay? Change is unavoidable. Go with the change, go with the flow. Make sure that you're grounding yourself, you know. And what I said about balance earlier, it's very important to send the masculines love and light energy right now. And not only do that for yourselves and trust in the magic. Okay. And if you guys are still watching, okay. Rupali, you had a question. I'm going to pull a card for you. Rupali, I feel the need to get onto you. I don't know why. But Spirit is telling me that you really heavily need to detach from the outcome of the situation with you and your Divine Masculine. It is creating blockages for you. And I can know that without even having to pull a card for you. You must be patient for the cycle to complete itself and begin anew. And that's your answer to your question. You don't need to worry about the outcome. You don't need to worry about the outcome at all. You really need to detach yourself from the outcome. Spirit is telling you to detach yourself from the outcome, okay? Please. I love you. Spirit loves you. They're asking you to be patient. You must be patient with your masculine. It will come in divine timing. Okay? Wow, that was very forward. All right. Eleni, did you have a question? If you're still watching. If Eleni's gone now, then I'm going to conclude this reading and I'm going to go start. I'm going to take a breather. And when I come back, I'm going to come back live here in just a moment with another video for my horoscopes. I'm going to do all fire, all water, all earth, all air. And I'm not going to separate between the zodiac signs. I'm just going to do earth, air, fire, and water together today. So this concludes my live for today for Divine Energy Souls Check-In. And again, I'm Brandy with Brandini Mojo Tarot and Spirit Messages. Thank you for watching. I will be back momentarily with another video. So if you're a fire, earth, air, or water sign, stay tuned. I'll be back. You're welcome.